Hey guys, I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to another video. And one thing I really like about some aspects of society is people trying to give back to people. You know, people will always go out, provide a service, provide some talent to the public and really give them something back. One example of this is people who are busking, literally going out of their way, playing an instrument, whether it's on the street or in a public area like a train station. I've seen it a lot, and I really enjoy it. You know, I really think people showing off their talents and really giving back to the community is a real blessing. Unfortunately, sometimes with people who are busking, they come through very awful encounters. I've seen many videos online of people who do busking, and they come across some of the most awful people, just hell on earth, shitting on them, and just completely making their day a misery. It is horrible. And really, when you watch these clips of people just going out of their way, just harassing, people busking just to provide a sense of joy to the community, it is horrible. But this busking encounter was a real different sort of experience to watch. I'm sure you may have seen this busking encounter. It's gone viral very quickly. It's an encounter that someone was busking, playing the piano in a London train station, and he got completely not only just harassed by a group of individuals about busking and filming, but it also became a massive diplomatic war and just bringing up so much drama to the equation. Let me show you. So yeah, the video pretty much starts up how it is. It's just a typical busking video, and the playing is actually absolutely stellar. You know, his name is Brendan Kavanagh. He does a lot of these, busking videos of just playing in public. I think he does have a few appearances on Talk TV as well. And I think he's getting more appearances as well, especially with some of the update videos that he's developed as well. I think he's going to be on Piers Morgan's Uncensored show as well. So there is also that. So he may have like some sort of political biases, but to be honest, that's not for me to go into. The point is, obviously, he's going out of his way. He's playing the piano. I think they said that also the piano was originally at the station. So he's literally just using the piano at the station and just showing off his talent. And it's amazing. And, people are enjoying it. But then you're going to get into the next part of the video where a whole stew of things develop.
Yeah, no, can the Chinese chappies have a go?
Oh yeah, of course, we've got the Chinese here.
Do you need to, I basically, because we're here film for Chinese TV as well.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, did you film us, all of us in your cameras?
I don't know, are we allowed?
No.
We're not.
So this first bit sounds very suspicious. So obviously she's coming over to Brendan Kavanagh asking about, are you filming us? And saying, oh, you don't have permission to film. It pretty much sounds like a very weird thing to say. Obviously, people will know in public, people have absolute liberty to film. And it's really, you have no real rights to have people's consent whether you're allowed to film or not. It is a public place, and it's a free country. So it's obviously, this sounds pretty suspicious from her perspective to really ask him about that. But then really, when you get into the whole development side of this whole encounter, it really just makes him more suspicious and actually pretty sinister.
To film you, is that right?
So basically, we will much appreciate it when you are, whatever you're doing, that you don't put our face on.
And right here you have your main villain protagonist. Now, he's pretty much very insecure and he hides on the camera all the time. But it's a bit strange because he doesn't really hide amongst when his friends are filming him. So I really don't understand why he has this sort of insecurity when Brendan's camera person is filming him. But the woman in this video has talked about, filming for Chinese TV, and they have a non-disclosure agreement. And there was also this topic that they were speaking about image rights in China, which is pretty much bewildered Brendan's surprise, really, because obviously he makes this point a lot in the video, saying that we are not in China and we're in Great Britain and we are a free country and we have our own laws, which is absolutely true, but it seems for these individuals, they don't really seem to understand that. I think because they're probably diplomats, they really think that they're still run under Chinese law in the UK, but I don't really fully understand that, the whole side of these things. Now, I'm no lawyer or any sort of expert to really understand these sort of things, but it does pretty much raise your suspicions. And I think for Brendan to get into this situation, I don't think he was really prepared to understand their perspective either. And I think he just wanted to just carry on and just, carry on with his day busking.
Sorry, this is the end of the conversation. This is our right we're protecting, and that's it.
But what right? I don't understand.
Image right.
Image right?
Yeah, we're not sharing this image right.
Are you from China?
That's not a question. The only thing we are arguing is that we are protecting our own image right. You're not sharing.
But we're in public.
Yeah, exactly. No sharing.
So we're not allowed
no
to share?
sharing. Yes, no sharing us. Share yourself, that's fine. No sharing us.
Okay.
No sharing.
Please share me.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. So
and if one day,
the thing is, we're in a free...
I'm really sorry, we're on a schedule here.
So me too, but we're in a free country, mate.
That's true.
We're not in communist China now, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is racist now.
No, we're not in communist China. We're in a free country.
Now, our insecure man now goes from being insecure to actually being a victim. Now, very obviously, he throws a race card into it because it's like, oh, God, Brendan says that we're from communist China. Oh, we're communists? Oh, absolutely racist. Now, it's very obvious they don't really understand the context. Obviously, his approach to Brendan was very authoritarian, saying that he can't film, talking about the image rights and all that sort of nonsense. Now, again, he's not aware with all these sort of things that what Chinese diplomats do or the Chinese law is. Regardless of the situation, he's in the UK and doing to really just play for the public. Again, it's nothing malicious whatsoever, but somehow this guy literally just takes everything as a sin in the book of what the Chinese law is, which is just crazy. He really feeds on his insecurity about being on camera, but yet he's so comfortable with just being filmed on Chinese TV, and it just really is so bewildering.
I'm also British, okay? I'm also British, but I don't want to use my image.
You've got a Chinese flag there.
It doesn't matter.
Show me the Chinese flag.
Why you're touching her? Stop touching her! Don't touch her, please. Do not touch her, please. You are not the same age. Please do not touch her. Don't touch her. Please don't touch her. Please don't. Yeah, don't touch her. Don't touch her.
What's the problem? What's the problem?
So all his insecurities that he's been playing off throughout this whole time is now literally transferred into being an unhinged fucking buffoon. Man, he literally just snapped in seconds, like literally like Thanos. Just like now saying, don't touch her. Do not touch her. Do not touch her. Do not touch her. It's just like absolutely crazy. It really shows that there was just no real intentions that he really cared about what Brendan Kavanagh ever had to say in the first place about, filming in public and everything like that. He cared so much about his own rights and his own protections as being more important, which I don't understand. I know it sounds like a repetition of the whole thing, but this is literally what the whole thing was. He literally, confronted him about this whole thing about filming and live streaming on YouTube of him just playing the piano. And just because all they wanted to do was to film their whole Chinese New Year TV broadcasting system. Like, they could have easily done this elsewhere. They could have literally just filmed somewhere more secure. Why not just film in a building that, they have absolute privacy for? Why does it have to be in the public? It makes no sense to me. So this whole thing is just transferred into this whole debate. I'm not going to show you the rest of it, but they just argued about rights and wrongs, politics, communism, free country, all this sort of stuff. It pretty much just transcends for that long until the police come, and just a lot of other members of the public were really supporting on Brendan Kavanagh's side, because he's literally just being attacked by this individual, just shouting at him, belittling him, and there was even times that even using threats as well. I think he was even mentioning about legal action, which obviously, so some people, they would be alarmed by all this stuff about legal action in China and all those sort of things. So obviously there could be some concerns to some people, but I think Brendan Kavanagh was very chilled and relaxed about it. So I think he took it on just as a passing comment. So obviously there wasn't really much concern from his side. Now, at the time of this upload, Brendan Kavanagh actually made an update video of the whole encounter, and he gave basically more information of the story that developed. So he was going through some of the points about these where these Chinese people were, what they were doing, and they were even speaking that they were also in trouble with the Chinese government because of image rights. So, and it's pretty scary when you actually listen to the whole thing that he basically unraveled.
And I just wanted to give you a few further developments about some of the what's going on with this. Loads of more information has been coming out about the characters involved in this video, and I'll just give you, I can't tell you all the information, I wish I could, but I'm going to just give you one little fact so that you can see how crazy this whole situation is. Do you remember the girl in the video that came up to me with the yellow card? She was the first girl that approached me and she said, "No film, no disclosure." You know that girl? Well, apparently that girl is facing a lawsuit currently in China for breach of image rights. She's apparently a well-known vlogger, social media person in China, and they do have image rights in China, and she's currently being prosecuted for violating image rights in China.
Now, first of all, I didn't know if he was actually joking when he was referring to the lady with the yellow card as actually a ref. Somehow they have like Chinese refs around the UK roaming around looking for these people who are doing some sort of illegal behavior, so they have to wave yellow cards around to give them a warning. But obviously this is not a joke, and this is serious. So he mentions that this woman is a vlogger in China, and now she is being prosecuted by the Chinese government over image rights, I think it is. So the image rights in China. And he does mention and make people aware that image rights in China is a real thing and something that you can be prosecuted with. And I think this was something that he obviously wasn't aware about, the whole thing. And as much as you would look at this whole encounter and thinking these were just terrible people going out of the way, making a misery out of the whole situation, making it miserable for Brendan Kavanagh, for him to play the piano in front of people, to have a good time. And obviously you have these individuals who are trying to film for Chinese state TV. There's obviously a disparaging disconnect between the whole conversation, how it went. And now hearing the development of the story that he's giving out, then you really do sympathize with the individuals involved, because now they didn't really fully explain about the whole situation they were in, and now this is now the situation now that they're getting prosecuted. And I think there's also things as well that Chinese state TV are making Brendan as well as a evil person, as a thug, and they're using their social media in a way to manipulate the whole story, which I feel really bad. But he's been receiving a lot of support from people around the world. I will give him his full support as well, and I think he really has my support 100%, and he deservedly so. He makes great videos of playing in front of the public. I hope he does a lot more of this and really engages the public's attention of busking as well. And yeah, all I just hope for Brendan is the best. I think he's being threatened by the Chinese government with emails and hacks and, you know, channel terminations and strikes. And all I just hope is for the best. Anyways, this video is probably like a repetition of everything I've said, because this is a very complex video, complex story that has really gone out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, see you later.